What's good, peeps? What is good? Running a little late, and per usual, technical difficulties. No, for whatever reason, I did an update. There's always changes when you do updates, man, I swear. And this seemed like a simple update. This wasn't like a big update that I did. Like I did earlier. Went up to Catalina, now they got something new, but I didn't go to the something new yet. I just wanted like a quick update. And it screwed up all of my logins for everything. I don't understand why. And for whatever reason, the chat is not connecting. So Stream Elements, I believe, is not connecting to Stream Labs. And it's still not. And I don't know if I'm missing chat right now. It just says connecting to chat, and it's just looping endlessly. Yeah, so been trying to figure that out. Of why this all of a sudden is not connecting. I've logged into everything. I thought it was due to that not being logged in. It's still not connecting. I've restarted it. I have the alert box over here. It's not as convenient, so hopefully I do see chat if I get a message, but it's looping. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out here the past 25 minutes. It's a constant learning process here. The streaming is something new, you know. Got all these other programs down. Now it's learning a new program, new programs. We'll get there, you know. Starting the stream off simple. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Going on 3 months now, you know. Everything's relative. Everything is relative of length or whatever. But yeah, started the new year off with some streaming and been going strong here. Today, all right, let's get into this. Let's get into this, shall we? So yeah, today I just want to work on a couple pieces. It's Pisces season. Tommy has a piece entitled Pisces. Yeah. So this is one of the hand drawings I want to work on today. This was the previous one. Previous stream. I was just pulling up different things. Seeing what I want to work on. I want to keep playing with this. I last time I cut out the left. I cut out the left, duplicated it, made a couple objects with it. There. It was a little off because I was just seeing how it was connecting. And my light went out. Of course it did. Of course it did. Let's put this one on too. do this to me? It has just been failure after failure today. Technology is just all sorts of nope, nope, not today. It's just all sorts of nope. And during this technological adventure we were on, I forgot to do my Instagram to promote, get people on Twitch and or YouTube. What's good, peeps? Live now, Twitch, Bleace Bandit, YouTube, Bleace. Subscribe, follow, come check it out. Making some cool art today. Yeah, you see the behind the scenes there. I know, I'm lame. But hey, lame and trying, you know, lazy and trying. Yeah, all right. So this is something I can use as, you know, this is a tree originally drawn. Sorry, there's the trunk. Was a tree, but I really liked the lines in this, and so was separating that, and I want to animate it, and how I flip it, I could use it as wind or something. Yeah, so this is like just the half of that tree, and then I rotated it a little bit so that it could be flipped and that it matches up here as an object. Kind of think it looks like butterfly wings, or Tommy said like a peacock. There we go. Can you stay on? Stay on. Help me help you. But this is an intricate piece that I want to work on here. Will take some time cutting all this out, but I'll get there. So what is good, peeps? What is good on this Saturday? You know, it's been a long week for me. Been a long week. Old ticker's been giving me some problems here. Had to go to the hospital this week because of my heart again. Luckily, I didn't have to stay overnight. But it's still like the unknown of what's going on. Not a great feeling. Why isn't it grabbing it all? Did I not do anything with this? We'll see how this works. It may not. But how will you know if you don't try, you know? Alright, so there's really only green. There's not really yellow. Sometimes blue affects it. Cyan affects it. See, that's so weird. Let's hoping that would work, but I just don't know why it grabs all this. Alright. But for real, Streamlabs, what is this chat? What is this? Why isn't it connecting? What the French toast? No, I like chat. That's why I'm doing this, you know? That's the back and forth, the seeing your reaction to this stuff, you know? You're taking that away. The hell? The hell, Streamlabs? What we doing? What we doing here? So I just started the stream, you know, I just went with it. I was already running late. Hmm. It's damn light. I don't know what's going on with it. It keeps shutting off. Apologies. All right, I want to bring in this other piece. I lost this. I mean, I lost the PSD file to it. So, you know, doing this business, you constant obstacles and losing stuff and can lose files, you know, you back up, you have on cloud, all this stuff. Yeah. You have to be extremely diligent or you will lose files. You know, I've learned my lessons through the years on that. You get burned, but I did lose a couple files because I was at the time running out of space. You know, I was running out of space. I was tight on space. There was one day where my computer just flat out stopped working because I had so many programs open, it just froze. It had no more room to operate. It was a first for me. So yeah, this was one of the pieces, you know, I had it on this external hard drive and I knew I was taking a risk running it off of that. And we moved I moved the office around, unplugged the hard drive so that I could move it. And when I go to plug it back in, it's just not spinning. It's not spinning. What the hell that was? Not cool. Since changed. Went all in on Dropbox. Shout out Dropbox. Down with iCloud. Don't use iCloud. iCloud is terrible. Because if you go to iCloud.com, you can't search for files. What is that? We're in 2021 and you go to iCloud.com because I had to remove from my computer and you can't search for files. It's awful. Like, is it 1995? You can't search for a file? Oh, my Lord. Lord of mercy. So this is the one I lost here. That I mean the PSD file of the layers, so it's not entirely lost, just the PSD file where I have it separated and cut into pieces, whatever. But talking of color schemes, you know, I want to keep a consistent color scheme with underwater animals, land animals, animals in the trees, the little aliens. We got little aliens. They're gonna make an appearance in this. So yeah, this is a little stingray. And I just do like the color scheme that I want with a little Bleace colors in there, little Bleace colors. I was just trying it out. This wasn't finished either, you know. This is just where I was at when I saved this JPEG out. So, gonna have to go back to the original drawing. Not entirely terrible. It's gonna just cost me a couple hours of everything I did, but at least I know where it's at now, so I'll actually save some time. It won't take that long. And I made this pattern for the water. I want to do like a ripple effect. Yeah, this whole thing I lost. It sucks. But in the grand scheme of things, it could have been worse. You know, I lost one, maybe two pieces, PSD files. Wasn't a lot. I'm over it now. It stung at first. I was frustrated, very frustrated, but I want to do something with. I forget you can't see it. It's like on the one overlay, you can see a preview. On this one, it doesn't give you a preview till you click it. You know, you could like scroll, it'll give you an update. Like, I don't know why Adobe hasn't figured it out to do that across. You know, you could do it over here. Why can't you do it here? You should be able to do it here too. Ooh, yeah. I want to separate these two, so Ooh. You know, you just change one little color and it gives it a completely different look, right? Why are you doing this to me? And see, I don't even know if this is... Something trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure out why it's just loading and not connecting. Yo no sé. Yo no sé. Why is technology just bugging out today? What the hell is going on? Can someone tell me what the hell was going on here? These get really intertwined here. I'll have to go with a brush tool, get that. Need my coffee today. Need my coffee today. Can we turn this light on? Why is this? I mean, come on. Come on. Yo, this rover in Mars is so cool, right? Like the pictures it takes. They said it took its first drive, went 21 feet. It's really cool, man. It's really cool to see something like that. I do feel we need to take care of this planet before we start going to another planet. We're not really setting a good precedent for that. And we also need to get rid of the question, do you believe in aliens? There's no believe. There's other life out there. If you don't think that, it's just because human beings are narcissistic. And it's to what degree that narcissism takes. We all are, in a way, narcissistic. It's to what degree are you narcissistic? It's built within human species to be that way for survival. They had to eat. You had to eat, and it was the hungriest and the most able ate at the table, you know? So we need to acknowledge that and then just move on from it. There is other life out there. We've only traveled to the moon, the nearest thing to us. It's so minuscule. It's so minuscule, like how little we've traveled the universe and how little we know of it, you know? We have to acknowledge our shortcomings in this. We have a lot of shortcomings. Okay? We haven't, as a species, traveled out of our own galaxy yet. Come on. Step up, you know? Fucking step up. Oh, you're weird if you think like that. Oh, but you're not weird if you just go to a 9-to-5 job and just are mundane all the time? That's not weird to think about little things instead of broad things. Why are elements in faraway galaxies same elements found within our body? Like, why is that? Why is there nitrogen out there? Why is there oxygen molecules and carbon? You can find carbon everywhere. Why is there carbon everywhere, and it's also within me that makes me. Why do we have neurons firing within us millions of times a second, billions of times? And we're not even conscious of everything that's going on. Do you have to think to breathe while you're sleeping? Do you have to think to blink? I like what Alan Watts says. Unconscious sounds kind of dead. It's kind of super conscious. We have like a super conscious brain that's operating all the time, doing so many processes outside of our conscious thought. That's what Bleace is about, man. That's what it's about. It's a free floating planet, okay? It's a free floating planet. You've never seen a free floating planet. It's not used in any movies, any books, unless it's another self-published book like mine that no one knows about. I tell you, even if there is, I've looked extensively and have not found something like this. And where they spend their own skin as currency because spending money got too boring for those at the top. It's about expanding thought, you know. It's question everything. Like, you know, I'll ask like random questions to people just to catch them off guard. And, you know, when you ask these things, some people look at you, but you have this level of understanding, right? So if they judge you based on the question that you're asking them, oh, this person's weird. Like, you're kind of off, huh? You're on the spectrum. No, I'm asking to expand your thinking. It's just always been frustrating to me of like that question, do you believe in aliens? Oh, you believe in aliens? You really think can you even comprehend how large the universe is? Can you even comprehend how large it is? Can you wrap your head around that concept? And that it's ever expanding. It keeps expanding. So as soon as you do, the lifetime it would take to fully comprehend how large the universe is, by the time you do that, it's already so many times bigger than when you first started. It's ever expanding. So to think we're the only conscious beings in the entire universe. We've only been a species for, you can't even visualize on the spectrum of time as we conceive time, which really is not a entirely correct way of conceiving time. It's gravitational waves. It's a substance. It's a fabric in the universe. And what was it? Was it 2012 that or no, it was just a few years ago. I've pulled up the article before of when Einstein's theory of gravitational waves was proven to be true. Theory of relativity, time and time again, has been proven right. Combine that with Ray Kurzweil, and you really start to see time as being different. He says there will be a moment when human beings will be able to live as long as they want to live. As long as they want to live, they'll be able to live. And I believe it will be living in a software program. What is reality? But humans as a species are nomadic. We are nomadic. We are supposed to be traveling. And this is kind of why people get driven crazy when they can't travel. And it takes a toll on our conscious selves because we're going against our DNA. And so the downside of not traveling. Think of the domestic terrorist problem we have. And you'll say, okay, a lot of them were that stormed the Capitol were in the military, in the army. They've traveled. Okay. They've traveled the world. Okay. But in what context did they travel the world? They went to all these countries. Okay. But in what context did they go to these countries? And how were they viewing people in that country? As a threat? That's not a way to travel the world or say that you're worldly. That, I've been to all these different countries. Yeah? In what context? Intent. I talked about this last night. Intent. Everything comes down to intent. What was your intent to go to these countries? What were you doing there? What were you saying to people? Who did you meet? Yeah, okay. Did you meet some cool people? Tell me about it, please. I'm not, it's not fair of me to generalize everyone that goes there. Some people really do embellish and absorb the culture, respect the culture that they're visiting. But no, a lot of the past 10 years I've spent going back and studying the 10 years before I was really aware because I was a kid, and looking back at us going to a foreign country and how many civilians were needlessly killed. Okay, if you want to fight bad people, or so you say, and it's we're fighting so many people that we gave them the guns that they're fighting with. fighting us with our own guns. It's just like, it's so crazy to me. Okay, beyond that, of fighting people with guns that we sold them and that Russians sold them, and Russians are fighting them with guns that the Russians, it's like, oh my God. It's an endless circle. Like, what? So you keep the fighting going. Military contracts keep going. Select few are making billions of dollars. Okay. Beyond that, you have a lot of civilians getting killed. People that have nothing to do with the terrorism, and yeah, it's brutal. The Sharia law over, it's not everywhere. It's not all, I'm from Michigan, where Dearborn is the highest Muslim population in, pretty sure I don't want to just make it, but it was at one time the highest Muslim population, because the Middle East flies into Dearborn and flies into Detroit. And there's huge mosques and stuff in Michigan. It's really cool. They're beautiful. I'm really against all religion, so I treat all religion equal, in that they should recognize that it's a fictional story and move on, instead of fighting endlessly over they have the truth. It's, to me, we need to evolve. We need to progress. Religion is holding human beings as a species back. It's not what's going to take us through the universe. We are nomadic. We are a nomadic species. We will find a way to travel. There will be a time when computers surpass human intelligence. Do you think they're going to be bound to religious ideals? Maybe some, if they're created by human beings to be that way, but they will not compete against an evidence-based computer that studies evidence and changes its behavior based on that evidence, which is what a computer will do at speeds human beings will not be able to keep up with. Simple example that you can grasp your head around is computing speed of mathematics, how fast the calculator is able to compute. And there's algorithms that can solve long equations, there's I'm not saying it's already happened. I'm saying it's going to happen, as Ray Kurzweil lays out in numerous books that he's written, and has a great theory, singularity. There's parts of it I definitely question. All right, I'm going to just leave that off. All right. It's a little better, I guess. Sorry. So, went off on a tangent. Think of it what you will. Just expand your mind, man. Just expand your mind. Think of the domestic terrorism that we're facing, the ideas behind it, and what brings about those ideas. And when people don't travel, and if they do travel, it's within their own country and they're just going to a tourist trap, aka Orlando, Florida. So you're living in a small town and you're just going to Orlando, Florida. And it's not me being, you have to face hard truths sometimes, and you can't always hear what you want to hear. And that's what, they're in these small towns, and then they go and they go to tourist traps, and they don't really talk to people, or they're again like-minded people that are just traveling to Orlando, Florida, to Disneyland when they could travel. It's Pisces season, so I'm working on this Pisces piece. I'm a Pi baby. March 14. Same day as Einstein. Which is why I was talking about his theory of relativity. Big fan of Einstein, everyone's a big fan. Once I found out I was born on the same day as him, it just was the most awesome thing. I think I was in third grade when I found out. A teacher told me, and we kind of did something for Pi Day. It was really cool. Apple pie was a big thing to bring into the class on Pi Day, being in Michigan. Oh, here's Alan Watts.
That just as you don't know how you manage to be conscious, how you manage to grow and shape this body of yours, that doesn't mean to say that you're not doing it. Equally, you don't know how the universe shines the stars, constellates the constellation, and galactifies the galaxies. You don't know. But that doesn't mean to say that you aren't doing it in just the same way as you're breathing without knowing how you breathe.
And see, that goes to my point of what I was saying. And he's done other lectures. Like, I'm a big Alan Watts fan. Great lectures on YouTube. Worth a subscription on YouTube. Awesome lectures. So he's talking about the conscious there. And his thought is we're all part of the universe, and that's kind of Sanskrit and Eastern philosophy of the universe is all one. So as much as you are you and I am I because you are you. He's got that famous line that he says, I am only I because you are you, and you are you because I am I. I define you, you define me. I can think of what I am as a identity, as a human being, but that is only defined by outside forces. And he goes deep in what he was saying there is that you need to be conscious of things that are happening in the universe because it's you. It's just as part of you as the part of your brain that is breathing for you. You don't have to consciously think about. So as much as that is an alien identity within you, and you dream and you see these images, but you don't remember everything that the unconscious is firing in your brain. And there's a theory of why people dream. It's because your eyes are closed and your brain is constantly like adjusting and adapting. So if a person goes blind, say, that part of their brain kind of dies out and it gets used by other, like, hearing. So their hearing becomes better, their smell, their taste becomes better. So other senses use that brain power. So the theory is people see dreams as images because it's that part of the brain holding off the other senses from taking it. And it's using, while you're dreaming, it's using that part of your brain so that it doesn't get taken up by the other senses. I forget the name of the theory, but it's a pretty cool theory and it's pretty interesting. Yeah, so it's Pisces season. So I'm doing a little Pisces piece here. Pi Baby, March 14. Einstein's birthday. Michael Caine's birthday. Sir Michael Caine. I am sorry, Sir Michael Caine. Many know him as Alfred in the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. Great actor. I said this was going to be an intricate piece, so got to really get in here. I want to separate these lines. What's good, peeps? What's good? Appreciate you hanging out on this Saturday. Just talking about life, just expanding the mind. So I talk my books, I've written books, and it's all about just expanding. And was talking about how cool the Mars rover is, and we're traveling, we're human beings, so we're innately nomadic. We are meant to be constantly traveling, and that's a huge problem of what we faced in the last year of people not being able to travel, and it's taking a huge toll. And I feel that too. It's hard not to feel trapped. We're just paying rent to be in a jail cell, it feels like. And I'll go back with a brush in this. So yeah, what is good, peeps? I hope you like this piece, and just starting with it, just starting on it. Thinking about doing that with the water. I'll change the colors of this thing. I kind of want to do something similar to like this little stingray. This is kind of like the color scheme I'm working with. I really like this as a GIF. Just playing with the different colors. Cheers to all the coffee drinkers out there. Cheers. Bleace coffee mug. I'm gonna put this pattern on some canvas, like you see behind me here. I'm gonna put it on some canvas, and I want to get a black light and put the black light up. I think it'll be cool. And we have some like bright neon makeup. Carol can can put on, I think, and I think could make for a pretty cool shoot. I'll make it big enough too, so you can get a profile shot. May do like a 36 by 24 or something substantial so you can be in front of it. I think it'll be this one or this one. I'll put it on a canvas. And this I want to do something with too. I want to have these like floating. So we're making some animations and just starting out. We're getting a really solid base of all these different drawings, hundreds of different drawings, going through them. And just breaking them up into as many different layers as I can, and just doing this piece. Since it's Pisces season, I want to animate these and kind of like have them flowing in After Effects. Make some cool 3D animations with all of these. Keep it trippy, man. Keep it trippy, mate. And these are hand drawings that are scanned, and then I play with them and see what comes out. Some of these I've made into designs that you can see on Bleace.com. But I really like talking about that, it's very interesting to me. I think black holes are very interesting. Kurzweil has a very interesting kind of side theory of what black holes are, or at least some of them. And you read his theory on black holes. I love black holes. I love seeing them. And it ties into Einstein's theory of relativity. And I think it's not fair to say time travel. I don't think it's fair to say, is time travel possible? When you start seeing time, our concept of time of 24 hours or months, years, it skews of what gravitational waves are a substance in the universe, right? Think Donnie Darko, and he sees that little like wormhole as they're walking. It's a substance, and it can be calculated. And since it can be calculated, it can be manipulated, right? So if you can manipulate this up, and also think of interstellar substance. And I think Interstellar came out the same year that Einstein's theory of relativity on gravitational waves was proven, and they saw gravitational waves for the first time. I think it was the same year. So it's not accurate to say, is time travel possible? It's what is the math equation? What is the algorithm that will allow people to travel in different spaces? I'm a traveler of both space and time. Robert Plant, Led Zeppelin. It goes along the same notion of, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe aliens exist? Like, that's such a narcissistic question. It's so narcissistic. It's saying we're the only intelligence in all the universe. We've only been to the damn moon, which is the closest damn thing in the fucking universe to us. But yeah, we're experts. We've only been alive such a small fraction of relative time the universe has been around. And we're so narcissistic to say, make the claim there's no intelligent life anywhere in the universe. We haven't even been outside of our galaxy. Jeez. I mean, we've seen other galaxies from a telescope. We're so advanced. We're so advanced. Oh my God. We've been to the moon. We're so advanced. Oh, we're so intelligent. God, that question is always just drove me crazy, because if you say otherwise, in this small town that I grew up in, they just look at you like you're crazy, and it's really their lack of mental capacity to comprehend how large the universe is, and that there's other life out there. There's other conscious beings out there. God, we haven't even stepped foot on Mars, like the closest planet to us. God, we're so early in evolution as a species. We're so early. Yes, to our minds, because we can only live, say, 100 years, which is nothing. 100 years is nothing. 100 years is nothing. Relatively speaking, that's so minuscule. It's so minuscule. We will get to a point, as Ray Kurzweil claims, and with the advances of technology, especially in the last 10 years, we will get there, of human beings will be able to live as long as they want to. The key word is want to. As long as they want to live, they will be able to live as long as they want to. Which will lead, as it has already begun to lead, to overpopulation, because people are living longer. If we were to see this activity of what we're doing to our environment of any other species, and we could separate our, again, narcissism, we really need to address narcissistic behavior, because it's so prevalent in why we had a certain president for 4 years. It's narcissism. It's all narcissism. It's this ideal. He was the American dream ideal for millions. Narcissism. It's narcissistic that they look up to billionaires and look down on the poor. Narcissism. You're rich? What does that mean, rich? What does that mean, you're rich? What do you have? If someone says that person's rich, what environmental factors come to mind? If I were to say that person is rich, what environmental factors would define that? Why? Why those factors? Narcissism. You know, I never intended to get in front of the camera. I promise you. This is like these streams are a first for me. I like being behind the camera. Anyone that knows me knows I like to be behind the camera. I don't like my picture taken. I deleted my Instagram because I just don't care. And I just have Bleace business as an Instagram. So if you're going to come at me and say you're the same, I'm here to know, like, I'm conscious of what this is, you know? I wrote some books and I want to help kids like me in high school, you know? Especially now, I feel like so many people were giving me advice and it just wasn't what I needed to hear. You know? We don't need more toxic positivity. We don't need that. Life is beautifully brutal. Remember the fucking poem I wrote? Life is beautifully brutal. Or as Talib Kweli would say, there's beauty in the struggle. And that's what I try to make on these streams. I apologize if this is your first stream with me. I'm doing a very intricate piece here. I'm sorry if it's a little boring. I may switch it up if I feel like this is dragging on too long. I'm trying to talk other things though, you know? Expand the mind. Question everything. Speaking of questioning everything, who decided, when did this moment happen? Who is at the table when people decided it was okay to work 5 days and only get 2 days off? Who is at the table? I want to know. Who said it was okay to work 5 days and get 2 days? That sounds like a bad deal to me. I think we need to renegotiate that one. Or people like me that are going 7 days, you know? 7 days a week. A lot of people overtime, and a lot of people are bragging, I work so much overtime. You're a victim, dude. You're a victim. You're getting paid all this money. Well, what if I told you all that money you're getting in overtime you should just be getting as a 40-hour employee? Want more, like, not want more, have a higher standard. Who's at the table when they negotiated 5 and 2? 5 and 2? And a lot of people, millions of people in America don't have paid vacation, paid time off. You're not there. You're not getting paid. And they gotta argue for 15 an hour. In 2021, there's 32 million people making minimum wage. In 2021, get me started. Get me started. Oh, the price of a Big Mac. Yeah? How about the CEO making 18 million a year? What's that do to a price of a Big Mac? Huh? What's that do? His salary of 18 million. Person making minimum wage. Let's just see. Let's just, I've done some numbers of putting in perspective of what these wages really mean and like how much money the top 1%'s making in comparison to the bottom. It's really striking. I want to find it here. I have it in my notes. All right. Here's some numbers I put together a little while ago. August 13, 2020 is when I put this together. For someone making $7.25 an hour, it would take them almost 70 years to make $1 million. 70 years. For someone making $7.25 an hour, it would take them almost 70 years to make $1 million. For someone making $7.25 an hour, it would take them 694,444 years to make $1 billion. 694,444 years to make $1 billion. Just $1 billion. 694,444 years. Say a person lives 100 years. How many lifetimes is that? Let's do that math. Divided by 100. It's 6,944 lifetimes. 6,000, almost 7,000 lifetimes to make $1 billion. Bezos added 13 billion in one day of net worth. For someone making $7.25 an hour, it would take them 10,991,798 years to make that much money. 10 million years, almost 11 million years to make what he made in 24 hours. All right, the United Nations global life expectancy in 2019 was 72 years old. So 100 is optimistic right now. 151,000 lifetimes to make what Jeff Bezos added to his worth in that one day. It may not even been 24 hours. It may have been less than 24 hours he made in net worth. Jeff Bezos could give every American $1 million and still have roughly $146 billion. I mean, how much is enough? Who agreed to this? Who was sitting at the table? Just some notes, expand the mind, question everything. Who was at the table when they said, work 5 days, we'll give you 2 days off, no paid vacations, no paid time off. Don't show up later, you fired. Who was at the table negotiating that? 5 and 2. Sounds like a bad deal to me. And then you got the people, oh, just mind your business and shut up. Just pay your taxes. No. That sounds like a slave mentality there. I won't have that. And that's not a racial thing. That is whoever. Don't try to make that a racial thing when I say. And I get you have to be careful saying that in America. I get it. I was out there marching after George Floyd. I get the plight. I'm there. I'm there with you. I'll fight with you. And most of the people that say that are supporters of the 45th president. So if I say that, maybe I should call them sheep. No. He's your master, and you're bowing down to him. He's a cult leader. And you're arguing for the oppressor to keep oppressive wages on your fellow citizens that have a lot more in common with you than the oppressor. You're manipulated. You're being manipulated. I talked about this yesterday. The Dr. Seuss story, which really struck me as an author. I'm an author. You leave your estate and your books to people you respect, and you lay out your set of rules. He wrote a book in 1937, his first book in 1937. How much has changed since then? Okay. And all week long, you have these media outlets pushing this false narrative. Oh, I gotta let Ranger in. I'm gonna grab coffee while I do that. Sorry, he likes to sunbathe on the porch. He's been out there for like an hour, so it's time for him to come in. He loves it. If he sees it sunny and I have to keep him in because it's cold, and yes, it's sunny, but it's like 20 degrees, but today it's actually kind of nice, so he's enjoying the sun. Now I'm going to get another cup of coffee while I'm at it. Leave you on loop here. Some Bleace.com action. Bleace.com. BRB beeps. I will BRB. with some music. Ranger's back inside. He loves sitting out there. It's like his overlooking his domain. Man, I got a cool project I'm going to show. Oof. First collaboration with Shark Anthony. I don't know if the chat's working. If you did exclamation shark in the chat, it'll send you to a link of music I've used on stream and I'll use tonight on stream. Going for a more mellow vibe this early afternoon. But it's I sent him a reading of a poem from the first book, and he's putting a score to it. And man, it's so good. It's so good. He's so talented, man. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really cool, and just, you know, you have ideas of projects, and it's being in this stage of reality, expectation, you know, the two foes, never-ending foes. So, well, I'd love to go ahead and do a whole book, yes. But from a practical standpoint, what can I get done and have it at the quality that I want? You know, that is where I don't want to compromise on, is the quality. You know, I will keep that expectation. It's how much can get done is another thing. So the quality is going to be there. I'm not going to put out this audiobook that is anything short of the quality that I envision. And same thing with an animated film, like, and that's why I'm not giving up my rights of this book, because I know the potential it has. I give my life for this. Is that I don't want to give up the rights and then see it just get butchered, i.e. Game of Thrones ending last season. If I'm George Martin, I'm just sick to my stomach on that season. It's almost, they should have probably just, you wanted to give the viewer the battle of the White Walkers. It's what was built up throughout the series. Give them that battle and call it a day. Give them that battle. That's what you wanted to do. Longest fight scene in TV history. Give it to them, and wrap. That's all you need to see of that season, is that battle. That's it. That's it. From that standpoint, no, I want more from the book, for sure. For sure. You know, he's still at the Battle of the Bastards. I love that. That whole build up. Ramsay Bolton's probably my favorite character. I love Ramsay Bolton. He's so interesting. I hated his death in the show. I hope he doesn't go that way. No. Necessarily in the book. I hope it's more heroic. Just that scene with him and the dogs. Oh my God, it's so badass. But overall, great show. But last season, as a writer, I would have been sick. And David Benioff is a great writer. He did the TV writing for Game of Thrones. He's a great writer, and people hating on him. David Benioff is awesome. If you have not read or seen 25th Hour Ed Norton, great book. David Benioff. Oh, that book just hits, man. It just hits you in the gut at the end, and so does the movie. Spike Lee. Spike Lee directed that. Great. Ed Norton. Oh, so good. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it. R.I.P. Philip. Great movie. Great movie. Highly recommend. Highly recommend reading the book and then watching the movie. It'll hit. Or watch the movie and then read the book, but you should definitely do both. David Benioff, great writer. I actually have another book in here that I want to read of his. It's just been hard to read, honestly, in this last year. It's been hard for me to read. And I kind of have paused writing a little bit. You know, I'm not writing like I was. It's been more visual, especially in since the new year, 2021. I've really wanted to make all visuals, what you're seeing here, and what you've seen on stream. So it's all about visuals right now, and just streaming. This has been my journal in a way. And I hope it's been entertaining. A little bit. Kind of, we haven't been able to connect here, and I'm so dedicated to my work that I put this above anything of hanging out or whatever. And I know it gets frustrating to people. Like, I'm so dedicated, and you try to find a balance. You try to find a balance of like, okay, I'll see family. Okay, I'll hang out, or but at the same time, it like eats at me that while I'm hanging out, I'm thinking of Bleace. And sometimes it's good because in those instances that I've done that, and a lot of it will be consciously me separating from the work so that I do think of it outside. And I've gained great perspective on projects I'm working on or things I see. Like, I would love going to concerts and seeing the visuals and the lights, because that's where I see some of these animations that I'm doing as like loops at a concert. And I'm going to be putting that together. And that's kind of stuff that I can't really stream, as I've noticed, like, when I'm working on that and like trying to live render while I'm streaming, it's not flowing right. But yeah, breaking up this Pisces piece, doing this for Pisces season, Pi baby, March 14. This is a very intricate piece. I may switch it up a little bit just because I don't want it to get played out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to get bored as a viewer. I try to think of you guys first and foremost. This piece is called Pisces, hand drawing by Tommy. I'm just breaking it up here. I've got it in different colors. I'm putting together this mask so that I can use on all these. I also like these things too. And I can see these kind of like doing like a floating animation, kind of floating around. This I want to break up the right side. Similar to what I did on the... We'll see if it... Up here. Yeah, appreciate you hanging out on this Saturday. I also want to work on new pieces. There's so many. I mean, it's a great problem to have with so many pieces. We'll pick one out together. All right, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This is just one folder here. I like this one. I thought about working on this earlier. It's a cool looking piece. It's cool. This is one I've worked on in the stream earlier. He has a lot of cool turtles. A lot of cool turtles. This one's speaking to me a little bit. This one too. So vibrant, right? What's good, peeps? Yeah, told Chad earlier, I don't know what's going on. It says connecting to chat. I did a computer update. It's what made me late to the stream today, trying to figure that out. I don't know what's going on. It just keeps saying connecting to chat, something with Streamlabs, Stream Elements. You know, I thought I could see it over here, but I can't see it over here. It's really annoying. Okay, I can see it over here. What's up, Care Bear Carol? Care Bear Carol. She was up in the stream yesterday. Cheers, all the coffee drinkers. Cheers, cheers. It's like they're different shades, you know. I'm trying to. It's gonna be tight to separate. What is good, peeps? Happy Saturday to you and yours. Hope you have the day off. Up in the stream, hanging out, just vibing out. Trying to make a beautiful distraction, you know? From the mundane. That's all. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Connecting. We have to be still quarantining. Hopefully this summer will be lit. Oh, I just want to see live music. I just want to see live music. Let's hope it's gone this summer. Artists can get back on stage. I want to see a live theater performance go in the city. My Ye Theater, shout out. Yeah, I said I would get bored with that other piece, you know. It's a very intricate piece. I want to do it justice to getting in there and really cutting that out. I am going to be finishing that up probably off stream. I will bring it back once I get it to a different place. It is going to take time to cut that out. And I don't normally work that slow. You know, I'm doing other things. You know, it'll probably be tomorrow morning before I work. I'll get up, put headphones on, put my playlist on, lock in. No, I don't mind the speckled on some. Yo, Photoshop 2021. So frustrating. All right, so this is light green. And this will be medium green. I like the different shades. I want to keep it that way. And I like the bright colors outside there. And that's even a cool effect. If I were to just fill that. Actually, yeah, the color is good. Just fill that with like a black. That's pretty cool. In and of itself. It just makes this one just so much far different, right? It's far out, man. Far out, man. I don't know if I want to go that color again. Bring up the pink flamingo. We'll see how that goes. This is another GIF did on stream. GIF, however you want to say it. I don't know. I want to do something similar with this piece. What is he calling it? A fern? But how I have 3 different color greens, I want to alternate these colors here. I'm going to bring in... Come on. Load. Animal. This has my earth tone palette that I want to keep going here. But I also think the grass. That's the lines. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Ah. I'm gonna do the same color scheme. Yeah, something like that. Do the same thing. I really wanted the earth tones for the yellow and the orange. I gotta save this too. I don't want to lose it. I like to save files in all caps and underscores. All caps and underscores. And this I want to alternate as well. You know, it kind of loses a little bit of the hand drawn doing it that way, but if I were to loop it and do like soft light or vivid light on those, they're gonna look really different. It just doesn't work out as well. Rotating those just doesn't flow. Doesn't flow as well. I've tried. It's kind of like an underwater piece. He did it differently though, so. All right. This one I may be able to play with. Mustard. There's that name, Mustard again. Mustard. I'm still, I don't know. It's gonna take me some time to get used to earth tones and working in earth tones. It's like learning a new language for me of what works together, what doesn't. I guess it is more of a water piece, huh? Huh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, it makes it purple though. Man, the blue and the orange. Alright, that's some texture there. This goes yellow real quick. It's hard to pick up texture on this one. Actually, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier when I did this. And then I can rotate those a lot easier. We'll see. All right. About to do a little GIF here. A little GIF kind of similar to the little neon flamingo. And it's really, at this stage, just playing with different colors, seeing what works, what doesn't. Yeah, I see something similar to this. I'm going to make characters out of all these little creatures here. Yeah, I'll just want to rotate these so that it's a pattern. I want to rotate these for my own sake. All right, so this is going to be medium. This is going to be light. And this is going to be dark. Sorry, I'm thinking of too many things to like really process my process I'm using here. Photoshop 21 is acting weird. Surprise, surprise. Color me surprised. I am shocked. right, let's see. I know what is missing. I didn't do it right. Delete these. I didn't go backwards. Okay, it's got to be 4. There we go. Okay, now it should look better. Now it looks a little better. A little something, you know. It's a start. It's a start. Be able to animate this in After Effects too, do some cool stuff with it now that I have it in all different layers. I'm just looking at it, seeing what things come to mind, you know. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, of doing these different. Could do, yeah, I'll have to do the same thing of making it black and white and then changing it to this color. Yeah, what's good, peeps? What is good? Yeah, sorry, I get locked in sometimes and just trying to figure out what I want to do with this piece. You know, I'm taking what he gave me of the orange and the yellow, but I want to make it so I can flip it. And I had to make it black and white. I just take the effect and put it on the light. Put the lime in the coconut and shake the bowl up. Put the lime in the coconut and shake the bowl up. And bye-bye, Jiff. Bye-bye, Jiff. Got the makings for one though. Got the makings. Bloop, 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 bloop. It's like day and night. We're keeping that day and night theme. The sun, yin and yang. Sun, yin, yang. You know? These are the vibes. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I kind of want to keep similar vibe. We got the orange and the yellow and that. We got the blues. We'll bring it into After Effects and play with it. Yeah, I like that. gotta keep going on this too. And sometimes I'll get bored and I'll rush through this process, and then I have to go back anyway. So it takes me about the same amount of time if I go slower here. It's tedious, man. It can be. There's times where animation is very, very tedious. It's finding that balance too. You know, I'm like a new streamer, so trying to see what you guys like, and I like the feedback, whether it be good or bad, of like, hey, I don't ever want to see this again, or show us more of another thing. I get some people don't like political aspects of what I say. You may not be interested in politics, but politics is interested in you. If you stay silent, you are helping the oppressor, not the oppressed. So, Bleace takes a stand. Stand for something or die in the morning, you know? If you stand for nothing, you die for nothing. Stand for something. Die for something. Live for something. I say what is in the better interest of the majority of people, not the minority of people. And Bleace will always stand up for the little man. Like, we're arguing over $15 an hour. Really? Really? And that's when you want to say the price of a Big Mac, not the $18 million salary of a CEO. No. That won't affect the price of a Big Mac. It's that bottom man making minimum wage. They're going to affect the price of the food. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Focus on the little man. Oh, they're getting welfare. Oh, they're bloodsuckers. Oh, parasuckers, as I call them. Oh, man, they're the ones rigging the system. Oh, yeah. They're the ones rigging the system. Let's not talk about corporate welfare. No, that's uncomfortable. We're going to try to make you feel uncomfortable talking about that and comfortable talking about the little man's welfare. No. Let's not talk about corporate welfare. Let's make you weird for talking about that. All right. I mean, if this pandemic hasn't startled the vast majority of Americans to recognize that we need a change in how we govern and our responses to pandemics cannot be this bad. Like, one bad as in one of the worst responses in all of the world. It's like so many moments in this past year of just utter embarrassment on the national stage. That's not a political statement. That's just objective reality. Just pure embarrassment of flaunting evidence-based science, flaunting it, and just being so arrogant. And that's like traveling the world of grievances people have, is that Americans are arrogant. Like, they'll travel other countries and expect others to conform to them, i.e. speak English to me. Why aren't you speaking English when you're going to their country? You know, it's just this arrogance and that entitlement that everyone's got to bow down to them because they're American, you know, and and I've already talked on this stream about narcissism, and that gets perpetuated of people of status in America, is that they're really narcissistic because they're getting so much influence on social media and so much attention to a selfie and just getting so many likes, you know, as soon as they post something, and the effects that has on people and how they react. Like, you see them, how they react in interpersonal relations. It's pretty shocking of how they talk to people, and they're really, it's not generalizing to all, but I'm just speaking to the effects that are seen when they are seen. This isn't accusing of all one class, or it is, when it is seen, this is what happens. I think it was Washington Post talked about the wealthy and how it's correlated to narcissism in social media. And I think that's why you see a change in Instagram of trying to get rid of the number of likes, because so many aspire and really value their own existence and how many likes they get, and they compare how many likes they're getting. And I'm talking about like teenage girls, teenage boys, the effect that this has on their psyche and their worth as an individual is tied so deeply to social media and their reactions and popularity. It's just taking on what we've seen in the political world of really pulling away, and that's kind of where I go with users with dissociative identity disorder in my thesis paper, my honors thesis paper that I wrote that I've talked about on stream, and how we are a different individual on social media than we are having an argument at a dinner table or at dinner or something, at a bar. It's a different argument, and people use different words. They take different stances, and they say things that they would not say face to face. And it's not about being cowardly. It's just not how people talk to each other. And the attention, you'll be arguing about one point, and then all of a sudden it's on to something else, and it's like, whoa, how did we get here? We weren't even talking, we're talking A to B, and you're talking about Q. That's a bad letter. R. Okay. We could be talking about Q. That means something completely different. I just thought of something random. Should have just said R or S or something. So I'm cutting out these intricate pieces. It's Pisces season. Working on this piece called Pisces, drawn by Tommy. I was playing this little fern here. Made a little GIF and then deleted it. Let's make another one. Why not? Just so I can come back and loop it. How we doing on this Saturday, peeps? I go off on my tangents while I'm working. Just things on my mind. I'm an author. Got a damn voice. Not afraid to use it. Try to find people that relate, that are relating to this.
I'll get straight to the point. I found marijuana in the house. And while I never thought of myself as the type of father who'd have to drug test his kids, I'm willing to do just that if that's what it takes to find out who brought a joint into this house.
Dad, Lucy found something too. Dad, I found a joint in Mom's chest drawer.
It's pretty cool because it's like different combinations here of like 3 with 1, 2 with 1, and it's different. So it's not like it's exactly the same. this is a pretty long one. It's all different combos, you know. It's yeah, and there's the original, you know. We're just scrolling through, got hundreds of hand drawings in all of these folders here. Just so many folders. So many. This kind of reminds me of this one that we did on the stream. I may put the burn in here. I may put the burn in here. This is the one I did a little while ago. As I was putting this together, Care Bear Carol, shout out, was like, you should put burn in there. This was when, obviously, it was popular, and put this together on the gram as a little reel. And it turned out to be the best reel I've ever done. Thousands of views. Look at burn. Look at burn in those mittens. Look at burn in those mittens. You got the sun yin and yang. What is this one? This one was pretty cool too. I'm going to leave you on loop here for a second. Grab some water. Go to the little boys' room. Give me 1 second. I'll leave you with this right here. Some Bleace.com. Appreciate you waiting. Do you get lost in these? Like, you don't get tired of looking at them, right? I try to make things that you can loop and watch over and over again. And like this thing, I want to make like a 60 or 90 minute animation for backdrop to a concert. Shark Anthony or someone on stage, you know, and we finally have live music again. Putting this in the backdrop. Think it could be cool. Bleace.com, you know. Put together by moi. I like this. What were we working on before we did that? All right. This one's pretty groovy. It's pretty groovy. And I think it may make a cool design too if it's flipped right. I do think. I like this. I was actually doing the Pisces, but little bit by little bit. I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to bore the stream. It's a lot of cutting out there. It's a lot. It's a lot. God, I just love this one too. I just love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Just so different. So far out. Gonna go to Verdansk tonight. Oh, man. War zone. Going to the war zone. Going to the war zone, brother. Everyone loves Warzone. Bruh. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it for the stream, but bruh. Bruh. I don't know. I feel like you gotta work at it. You gotta keep playing it. But damn, man, how do you do that? You know, probably gonna play Plunder, so I'll get on a little earlier. Play Plunder, so that if I do die, I can come right back. You know, it's like, how do you get better if you're dying in an instant? But I feel like Plunder may be a good one. Got a lot of files open. Why does that do that? Like brings it up all the way in the bottom. So we got dark purple versus really light purple. Ah. You know, a little bit of holes, I don't mind, honestly. I'll just have to fill it with this red. It's a pretty groovy piece. Pretty groovy piece. fix that. This one too. I like that. It's creepy. I like it. And making it pink, you know, I've said it on the stream. Not a big fan of red. See? Bleace colors right here. Cover of my first book. promo shirt. Bleace Paradox, true sequel. Comes with a bookmark. All designed by me. Painted. These are just paintings I did. And I was like, you know what? That's going to be the cover of the book right there. Yeah. Designed, laid out, written, published by moi. Laid out, did all the layouts for both. And that's what this shirt is. Yeah. I like the color scheme of this, and it will allow me to see what green will look like, actually. Let's duplicate. I kind of like that. I like that. I just want to try green. I like it. I think I need to clean this up here. Excuse me. It's like this matters when I'm going to be making a pattern out of this. I want to see it as a pattern. I'm just trimming that. Wisteria. I have to look what that means. I don't know what that means. Wisteria. I like it. Wisteria? Is that a kind of tree? I gotta look that up now. I love seeing new words, even if it's made up. Wisteria. And if you've read Bleace, I make up a lot of words. Wisteria is a plant. Wisteria is a genus of flowering plants in the legume family. Fabaceae. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Fabaceae. That includes 10 species of woody climbing vines that are native to China, Korea, Japan, and the eastern United States. Very cool. Wisteria. Wisteria. Tommy knows plants, man. He's got the green thumb. He is got the green thumb. That is for show. The green thumb for show. He's got the green thumb for show. Green thumb. But I think this is going to make a pretty cool pattern. We'll see how goes it. All right, so we have that saved. Let's go ahead and then save that as a JPEG. Wisteria. Did you guys know what wisteria is? Am I just clueless about plants? Is wisteria a popular name? Wisteria. I'll pull up these images. They're pretty cool. They said there's like 10 species within it. So he has a tree. Beautiful. Look at that one. That's pretty. Pretty cool. Wisteria. Genus of flowering plant in a legume family, Fabaceae. That includes 10 species of woody climbing vines. China, Korea, Japan, and eastern United States. Pretty cool. pretty cool. There's the burn. The burn. His mittens. All right, so I saved that as a JPEG. Let's open. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. You know, maybe it won't make a pattern. I don't know. I just want to see, you know? You know I know. But do you know? Maybe it'll make something cool, you know? Almost looks like a face. You know, I should stop and bring in the smart object instead of the JPEG, so that I can change it down the road. That's pretty trippy. I'm liking that. But yeah, I need to bring in this as a smart object. This one's pretty cool. It could probably make a pattern too. I like it. Yeah, Yasko. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I did not even know this photo existed. When I tell you day one day with day one's 2009, we're out there playing Scrabble. Hold on, I gotta pull up this picture. I didn't even know existed. Did not know this photo existed here. This is 2009 down in Florida. This old ass picture. Okay, here we go. Look at that. That's me and Yasko, 2009. Charlie sent me this photo. We're playing some Scrabble in a serious game. When I tell you this is where a lot of the drawings occurred and started, 2009. Look how tan I was. I was living at the pool. They had a pool, which would be, if the photos here, I'm looking out at the pool. Big bay windows. Oh, that was a good time down there, man. I was fresh out of high school, just packed up my car, had my Bob Seger CD, and just rode out, man. No plan. Both of us. So our thing was, we worked at the cemetery. First thing I would do, and this is down in South Florida, so you're working outside in a cemetery, 100-degree heat. We would come back, I'd jump in that fucking pool, man, as soon as I got home. So I'm in swim trunks. I lived in swim trunks there. Yasko, he's still in cemetery gear there. But we would come back after work and be playing Scrabble. We played like Scrabble every day for like 3 hours a day. It was nuts. And while we're playing Scrabble, Yasko's just doing these amazing drawings. They're so fast. And so he would keep score and have it on the pad of paper. I have a lot of those pads too, and just a bunch of scribbles. And then he would get on real paper and print paper and put some incredible pieces together. Just incredibly fast, and how detailed they are. You know, I've done music videos and stuff with them, scanned them, and this is before I was even in college, before I was even thinking about going to college here. No plan, zero plan. I had no plan to go back to school. So much has happened since that photo. I mean, wow. This photo took me back and just caught me completely off, because I did not know it existed. Like that's a one day with day ones. When I talk about that, this is the page I'm talking about here. So you go to Bleace.com here. I have a tab, Bleace Day Ones. Got Kayla on here, Mandy, Carol, Tommy, the stuff I've been working on today. And in that picture, Yasko. And who took the picture, Charlie. And we got Shark. We got some projects coming I'm so excited about. Oh, that example he sent me. I don't want to share it too early. I don't want to share it too early yet. I hear it, and I just told him to just go. So it's Carol reading a poem that I wrote. It's from the Ice Queen in the first book. As you know, I'm putting together an audiobook, just the poems, which are poems that were written in the first book. And then I'll do one of poems that are in the second book. But I'm starting with that. Again, expectations versus reality. I'm a one-man band over here doing a whole symphony, bunch of different stuff. So just randomly met Shark, listened to his latest album, and was just like, this is the sound. This is it right here. This is the guy that can give me the sound that I want on these animations, and really, you know, once it gets there, like, hopefully score this full-length film, animated film, and give a visual experience that is more than surface value, like you see in a lot of DC comics right now, where there's not too much thought in giving substance. They just want to wow. And you saw people like Jared Leto get frustrated when a lot of his part got cut from Suicide Squad, you know? And I can't bring myself to watch Ben Affleck as Batman. I've been a Batman fan my entire life. I love Batman. He's the only superhero that I care about in that universe, whatever. He's the only one I thought Jared Leto was a great Joker. He was awesome. Took it in a completely different direction, made it his own. He's an awesome actor. No knock on him. And same thing with The Little Things. Let me just switch this scene up here. You know, I saw the little things. I saw an article before watching it. I just saw the headline. I didn't open it because I didn't want it to spoil the movie for me. The headline had compared the little things to Seven. Okay. A frustrating, far-reaching comparison. The two are not. No. The acting, great. Again, it wasn't the acting. It was the story. Why is script writing... How is that talent not way up? Why does it get skimped, man? Like... Unless, which, given who is in it, could go either way of it being just the first in a series, or at least a sequel. I will give it more credit and more credence. And I said the same thing about Suicide Squad. It's the same grievance. If it's the first in a series, great. I'll come back and say, okay, this is okay. But in and of itself, and then you take a great film like Joker, where in and of itself, could it have a sequel? Yes. But in and of itself, great film. In and of its, like, it could stand alone, doesn't need anything after it. You got a complete story out of it. Similar to Christopher Nolan, great writing. Again, it comes down to script writing. It's why I won't give up my rights to this. I just won't. I'm not gonna let that happen. I'll do it myself if I have to, you know. I'm trying to do it right. I have what I see in my head of where this film will go. These films will go. This is a series. These are the first 2 books. Spent 10 years writing. You think of any great film starts with great writing. Plain and simple. Yes, there are films that don't use a script. They just go. Okay. In that context, those are great. Every great film starts with a great script, great story. It's what drives you, what pulls you into the story. You have to have substance, and that is what these superhero movies are lacking, is true substance. The Avengers, okay, there's a storyline going through there. I'll give it that. But it's more of a joyride. And I know there are people out there that are very passionate about their superhero movies. Okay. I'm not going to spend the time to debate why a Martin Scorsese film is just in a different class. I do agree that there should be categories in the Oscars and Golden Globes for those films. They should be recognized and have their category. I'll give them that. I'll give them superhero movies that. I'll give it that. that they should have their own categories and be recognized. There's a lot of work that goes in there. There's hundreds of people behind the scenes. You know, that stuff is not easy. People say it's like, oh, it's CGI, like that's a shortcut. That's not a shortcut by any stretch. That's not a shortcut. You know, I do 15, 30, 1 minute animations in 3D. I can tell you it's not a shortcut. It's a lot of work that goes into the post-production of those films, you know. It's not a shortcut. So those should be recognized as such. I do feel like the writing could be better by a long shot. You look at the writing of Joker and that screenplay. It's a film that doesn't need sound to know exactly what's going on. And the most powerful moments are when the Joker's dancing to the music, and like the score won too, you know, best score, best original score, just incredible. I would love to watch that, like old films, or watch with a live orchestra, and watch that film with a live orchestra. Maybe it's just me yearning for live music so bad. But watching that, and almost, you don't need dialogue, just the score and the imagery. A live orchestra playing that original score. Don't need dialogue, but if it has it, great. If not, you could just appreciate the film and the score, the images. I mean, just great. And I saw a note that when Todd Phillips was writing the screenplay for Joker, he knew he wanted Joaquin Phoenix to play him, and had a picture of him on his computer. He stuck it to his computer, and while he's writing the script, you know, is looking at a picture of Joaquin Phoenix and really writing to that. Like, that's just incredible, you know, writing a screenplay, knowing who you want to play it and having them in mind throughout the entire process, you know, having him agreed to do the part. It just elevated the film to another level, and Joaquin Phoenix took it to that other level. You know, a lot of people hated it. It's just and it's such a sign of the times too. And having that come out in 2019, and then experiencing what 2020 was, and rewatching that film after 2020, it hits different. It hits different. It hit me different. And his dancing after he did his first killing, and it was like so powerful, so powerful. Every time, there's 3 different times, and it kind of signifies the transition from introduction to the second act to the third act. He does these dances that kind of mark when you're going into the next act. But I am going to call an end to this stream. I am going to do a Bleace Bandit stream. Going to have some fun on some Call of Duty later. Going to link up with Scooty Woo, Yasko. Hopefully Maximus gets on the sticks, or keyboard and mouse now he's on. But this was fun making some art today, and I really like where this last piece is going. I think it's going to make a cool pattern. I'm going to bring over the smart object, but I'm going to separate the 2 streams here and not just have it all be one. Appreciate you hanging out on this Saturday, though. This was fun, and I'm going to keep going on these pieces. I'm going to work on that Pisces piece in the morning tomorrow. That's what I was doing. I was bringing over this as a smart object. And that's where I was. Bringing this over as a smart object. Yeah. I have to trim that too there. But yeah, this was fun. I really appreciate you hanging out. And come back tonight. We're going to be getting back on the stream. I'm just going to separate the stream. And yeah, we'll be on. I think like 5:30. We're going to be getting on here. So I'm going to take a little break. Till next time, peeps. Have a good one.